dressed up, dude. It was so hot. It was so hot,
Yep.
and I can only imagine what it's like to like it being like a full bodysuit like the Guyver.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's-
People are like, how
yeah.
you doing? And they're like, I'm dying. I'm dying, but I got a smile on my face, but I'm dying.
Let's hide a camel pack in there or something. Just
Yeah.
liquid cool the whole
Yeah,
inside.
like for Spawn, like right now is the challenge of how am I going to cool that dang thing? Because I did a test fit of it. Oh man, I haven't even skinned it, and I sweat within about 5 minutes of having it on. And like,
Yeah.
I'm in cons, like I'm there the whole time. Like I'm there walking around for hours, posing with people, so I got to be comfy. And like that,
They don't
heat,
have air conditioning in the convention
no,
centers.
no. In
They-
the first year I wore Predator, like I was dripping sweat by the end of the day.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was like so I told you the first time I cosplayed was the Comic-Con that just passed.
Yeah.
And I had that big wool jacket, the long sleeve black shirt. It was just everything on there. Then the mask. I had a face mask underneath it because I didn't want my face smelling like latex.
Yeah.
So I just had that underneath it, and then the mask, and then a hat. Within, like you were saying, within about like maybe 5 or 6 minutes of just being out on the floor with everybody, there's so many people. You're just shoulder to shoulder with everyone.
Yep.
It gets so hot so quickly. I had to actually stop, take off my jacket, take off the mask, and like just take everything off and just like sit there. And I'm just,
Yep.
I need some water or something.
Yep.
Like this is not going well for
That's
me
the
right
ugly
now.
side of cosplay. You're just hot and sweaty. Like I need water, and people are on the line. Like, hey, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, just give me a minute.
Yep. And that's another thing that people I feel don't really realize is they get all of this information. They see all of these people and they're just like, that's a cool costume. They don't care what that person's doing. They don't care like how they're feeling. It's like, yo, can I take a picture of you? And then that person, for all they know, they could have been standing in the sun for the past 45 minutes. And they just asked them to go back out into the sun. And that's another thing that kind of sucks. Is like most, if not every con that I've ever seen takes place in the middle of summer.
Yep. Yep. And I've had that. So like actually at both cons I've been to, the Pop Culture Con,
DPCC.
DPCC, I just butchered it so bad. Pop Culture Con this year, like I was in my Batman, and I was burning up. I was taking a break. I was like walking over to the side, setting all my stuff down, taking my helmet off, and this kiddo comes up to me, "Can I take a picture of you?" And I had just set everything down. I was like, "Yeah, give me a second, give me a second." I put it back on, get it all back up, and then take a picture with him, and then he's like, "Thank you," runs off, and I take it back off again. I was like, "Oh, okay." That's
2
all right.
seconds later,
Yeah.
a little kid runs up.
Yeah, but like in moments like that, it's worth it for little kids.
Yeah,
to, like,
definitely.
get them happy. But definitely there are times where you just strip everything down, and someone comes up to you, "Can I take a photo of you?" You're like mid bite or mid sip, and it's like inside you're like, "Gosh, dang it, just want to break." But when you love it, and it's for me, like I love the reactions of people,
Yeah.
and seeing their smiles on their face, like under the mask. Like you may not see me smiling, but I'm cheesing big. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. So I'll put it back on for you, and then just do it again.
There we go. Yeah. And that's one of the awesome parts about the community of cosplay, this cosplay in general, is it's a very fulfilling thing.
Oh yeah,
Like-
most definitely.
I don't think people really see what they need to see when they first meet a cosplayer. And not a lot of people ask like the right questions either. Like they walk up and they're just like, "How do you
Yeah.
cosplay?" And they're cosplayers like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then you get other people that are just like, "Hey, I really like your costume. Like, how long did it take you to do this?" And they've probably answered that questions a million
Yep,
times
that's
already. That
definitely
day.
the most common is how long did it take you? I'm just something like 6, 7 months, 8 months. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why I'm over here like, well, what inspired you to do this? Why did you do this kind of thing?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I feel like I was saying in my previous episode. I want to talk to cosplayers. I want to get them talking about what they like to do.
Yeah.
Because if anybody is anything like me in terms of like what you're passionate about, the minute I bring it up, boom,
Yeah.
you will not stop talking about it.
Oh, I
And
can
I'm
go
okay
on.
with that. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome because you see that like spark in that person's eye and they just go on and on forever. And that's what I really like because you get a lot of cosplayers that they go, they're invited to a con as a guest and they're sitting at their booth and they're talking with people and they might not have the longest line or they might have the shortest line or like whatever, but you know that they're there enjoying themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like they probably don't care that there's no one in their line if there's no one in their line. They're at Comic-Con doing what they love.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's what I think is amazing about cosplayers in general because it's one big happy family.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like I think with this year, like I've definitely felt a part of that family more so. And just getting out, branching out to the community. I joined like a Cosplay Colorado group. People have reached out to me there, and I think I've been learning more about the local cosplay because truth be told, I didn't know a whole lot aside from Jenny D of some local cosplayers. Like, but now I'm learning like who all is out there. Like I'm not alone. Like I know these people. Yeah. And then I'm seeing other people that I've met, like actually at Pop Culture Con, like in the Colorado cosplay group. They were following my build with Batman. We were talking and whatnot. I was trying to plan a meetup, and I was there, and I ran into one of the members there, and it was a nice exchange, and it was awesome. It was really just, it was great. Like, we were posing for photos for a little bit, just talking, chatting, get to know each other, and then it went on separate ways. But like having that connection and someone like knowing that you know somebody out there is just great.
Oh yeah, like there's a huge community, and it's growing like rapidly. I think when I first started looking into cosplay in Colorado, I only really found like Ginny D and then another one. I actually don't even remember the name, but there are so many more now that I first saw. Because now there's Ginny D, Glitter Bomb cosplay, Tanacake. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one. Cosplay, K Lion cosplay, IDOC. They're all a part of a Sailor Moon group for Denver. Okay. They call themselves the Planet Girls of Denver. And then there's another one. I think it's Moon Revenge of Denver. They're all like Sailor Moon groups, but these groups and these cosplayers are popping up all over the place, and I'm loving every single minute of it, because that means that you're getting more and more people that get that creative burst, and they're just like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And like I've been doing something similar, or I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and they go to Comic-Con and they have that experience and just blows them right into oblivion with that, and they love it, and they keep going and going and going.
That's I think what got me is like, and I challenge anyone who's interested into getting into cosplay, like just go for it. Start simple. Even if it's store bought, it doesn't matter. Like start simple, get into it. Sure enough, you'll have people that will find your outfit, your cosplay amazing and take a photo with you. And you just, in that moment, you'll feel like, oh man, this is great. Like I love that recognition, just that bonding, that community. Someone wants to actually take a picture with you. That they think what you've done is awesome. Yep. They appreciate your work. And that is what I think drives a lot of people to get more into it. Like they have a lot of those experiences, so they go to one con and they have that. They go to another con, have it again, go to another con, and it just goes and goes and goes and snowballs, and then you've got something big.
Definitely, and that's another thing is like you get so many people that are doing this that now you have that community that we keep talking about, because it's hard not to. Yeah. All right. Now we have a question from a fan of yours, actually.
Awesome.
Her Instagram handle is Scientista Cosplay. You may or may not have noticed her in your notifications.
I think I may have made her a Sailor Moon handle, or Sailor Moon mirror.
That's awesome, yeah. Well, her questions, she has 3 questions, so I'll ask them individually to give you a chance to answer. First one, how do you balance being a scientist and a cosplayer?
A scientist and a cosplayer. Like me personally, or for her?
That I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Me, so I guess my background is in exercise science, actually. I went to school thinking I was going to do physical therapy. I prefer to work with children. And so now I'm actually in full-time with Denver Parks and Rec. But finding that balance, science and cosplay, I think it's kind of maybe a 50-50. Like, at least with my Spawn muscle suit, like, big on anatomy. And so I really dove into having some a proportionate build for my Spawn. Like I still wanted to have
that experience in there too.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to have a massive build, but still keep some proportions. Yeah. So it keeps it kind of like a classic bodybuilder type vibe.
Yeah.
And so I really had a lot of models, anatomical models, using even myself as references. Like, okay, how does this look on me versus on there? Yeah. Where does this muscle connect to? Like, I really dove into that, and that was definitely like a 50-50 separation. Like, okay, there's the cosplay part, but also the science behind it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think with that, in other builds, maybe the science is like not damaging my lungs from all the foam I'm standing.
That's important.
Yeah, definitely. When I painted Guyver, I had some blue snot for a little bit because I didn't have the right respirator. So I think like a good right now is like a 50-50.
Awesome. All right. And the next question is Home Depot or Lowe's?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I go to both, to be honest. It's like in the moment, like if Lowe's doesn't have it, I'm going to Home Depot. If Home Depot doesn't have it, I'm going to Lowe's. If neither of them have it, I'm ordering from Amazon.
There we go.
When in doubt, go to Amazon.
There we go. Amazon has like everything nowadays.
Yes, it does. Like my fabric, the adhesive that I'm using for the foam, could not find it at Lowe's, couldn't find it at Home Depot, couldn't find it at Ace Hardware. So it's like Amazon.
That's
got me.
crazy. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Last question. When did you start building props?
Ooh, probably when I got my 3D printer, actually. And I really wanted, that's another different, I guess, alleyway or facet I want to get into with cosplay is prop building. I know on my little title I said aspiring prop builder, and that's kind of holding true. Is with the 3D printer, like I've been learning how to 3D print and get them smooth, get them like that nice high quality finish, and then how to cast them. So that I can, of course, then sell them to other people or do commissions on props.
Yep.
And I got my 3D printer, I think, last summer, actually.
Nice. Okay.
And then dove into printing some small things. I did some, like, Harry Potter wands for my jobs, haunted house. Did some helmets, a Red Hood helmet. And actually, the Red Hood helmet was one that I casted first. The cast was a bust. It was a complete failure. But it was a learning experience. So I guess
there we go, yeah.
It wasn't a failure completely. Like, the cast itself is definitely too small. It has some imperfections because I didn't let the silicone set long enough.
Yep.
But I learned so much from it. And then I stepped up and casted a full sword from Metal Gear, Gray Fox's sword.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a super fun learning experience. I had a couple scrap pours, but I got one good pull from the mold, got into that, loved it, absolutely loved it. So I think once I get settled, I'm actually moving, fun fact, once I get settled and things are situated there, I want to really dive into getting some helmets casted and sold.
That's awesome.
So side tangent there, sorry. But yeah, definitely last year was into getting into the prop making.
Like really, really into it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Before we end it, do you have anything you want to say to your followers?
I appreciate you all. Without you, I definitely would not be here. Like having the followers and people like comment and reach out and say they like my work is just, it's humbling and honoring. I'm super honored, super humbled to be here, and it definitely without them I wouldn't be here.
There we go.
Pushing myself each build. So thank you.
All right. Let's tell everybody where we can find you.
Omegashrine Cosplay. On Instagram, and I have a Facebook page that's kind of like I post on Instagram, but I'm still learning Facebook in terms of like cosplay and stuff. So yeah, Omegashrine Cosplay.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. That is all the time we have for today. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We'll see who we have as our guest speaker then. See you later.